So I saw this tweet by Clint, the founder of Corteiz, last night before I went to bed, pretty much announcing a 24-hour design competition for 10 Corteiz pieces, best gets 5,000, and so I had to take a stab at it. Before I break down these 10 pieces, just want to say really cool opportunity, spent like 4 to 5 hours before I went to bed last night, so pulled a bit of an all-nighter, but here we go. Okay, starting off we have the Argentina Jacket, definitely something a little similar to something they would release. Of course we have the Corteiz Argentina logo, these circular pockets, and these white kind of sleeves, I don't know, just thought it was cool. And lastly for the number selection, I did 11 for Di Maria. I didn't want to do a typical like Messi, Maradona, like most people when they do some type of like jersey or thing of that nature, they just use the most popular player. Moving on, we have this pixel jacket with, I believe, Slaughter Gang and 21 Savage in Atlanta. Just thought it was a dope concept overall. Was looking through Clint's Instagram feed. You could pretty much use any like photo like this, but just thought this one was cool. Next up, we have the Marella dollar bill homage with this British pound wallet. Now, pretty much everyone that sent something in strictly did clothes. So I thought it'd be really cool to do an accessory like this one, especially something a little more unorthodox. Moving on, we have this 4-color panel hoodie. And to be honest, I can see this in 2 different ways, whether like it's a more traditional cotton hoodie or even like a puffer hoodie. I think would be fire. And then I imagine this little sea star logo to be kind of like a metallic hit. It rules the world and 5 stars being embroidered on the hood. Next up, we have what I named the Clint Blur tee. Now, to be honest, I was mocking up the British pound wallet and using Clint on the cover like a traditional currency would. And I was messing around in Photoshop a ton and somehow came up with this graphic and just thought it was too hard not to put on a t-shirt. And there's a bit of that blurry / mysterious kind of effect, so I just put the Corteiz logo on the back but blurred it out. Moving on, we have the star jacket. I imagine this one being a leather jacket, but doesn't really have to be. Pretty simple, but still a little different with the front having more of like an outline embroidery, whereas the back it's actually filled in, but we have this rules of the world that kind of mimics the front. And the next up we have these snow camo pants. Honestly, nothing too crazy. I was just getting really exhausted, but would have loved to do some, something a little harder for the pants. And same really goes for these last couple, like these stars gradient sweater. It was 3 a.m. and I just needed to finish some ideas, so I did like this stars graphic, and of course a little gradient because why not. And then we have this panel leather jacket. Really didn't have a good name for it, but yeah, the sleeves here, it's different. Big logo on the front, of course, and this little atypical pocket, and then the big rules of the world on the back. Pretty simple. And then last but not least, we have the logo jersey. I like the idea of the all over logo print, but doesn't really have to be green. Of course, we have the Alcatraz Corteiz logo front and center, and then the website here in this kind of weird place. I actually think this would look cool as like an embroidery. And yeah, that pretty much sums up the whole collection. Also worth mentioning these throwaways that I had, including the Corteiz ring, which would be wrapped on your finger like this, an AirPod logo case because why not. I tried to do a rip on an old United jersey, but just didn't quite come out the way I wanted. And so yeah, I actually posted this on my brand account, Apologetic Letters, as I don't have a Twitter. Lesson learned there, but please, 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 if you've got this far, just drop a like on that tweet, as I'm really just trying to get as much visibility as possible so that he potentially sees it. Of course, would love to win the 5K and everything that comes along with that. Even just a response or a retweet from him would make my day. Also, shout out everyone else who designed something. This one went absolutely fucking crazy. And the guy that did this one too, banger.